Welcome all. Welcome one. No, you got to do it the other way, don't you? Welcome one and all.
Well, unless there's just one specifically that you're welcoming.
Oh, I'm welcoming everybody. Kurt and Jen, our podcast with a guest host today, the lovely and talented Stephen Kilbreth. Thanks for making the time, Stephen.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me. It's awesome. I
You want to,
realize I have a halo, but that kind of comes with me everywhere.
if
So
you are watching the video, there is a big halo around your head because you're on Guimas Island.
I am on Guimas Island.
I'm sorry
Yes.
to out you so people can now, your stalkers can find you and everything.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
That
Well,
is
I don't
all
think it's,
right.
I
Uh,
don't ever worry about stuff like that because, well, I don't need to. And B, I think that it is, these little devices in our hands tell us where everybody is all the time. And can't spend your life worrying about that kind of stuff.
how about also that you don't have any stalkers? Is that one?
Well, that is what I started with. Yes, I
Okay.
don't need to worry about it, but if I did, I wouldn't have it.
Well, great. Thank you.
These things track our every move.
The Jen is on vacation. Roosevelt, is that Roosevelt Island?
Lake Roosevelt?
Lake Roosevelt.
Yeah, there's a
That
Lake
shows how often
Roosevelt
I've been there. All right,
is
so
it in Washington State, right? Or did she go somewhere else?
I believe it's in Washington State.
Yeah, Lake Roosevelt over by Grand Coulee Dam, I believe.
So service there is sketchy at best, and so we decided. Plus, I wanted to do the show with you again. It's always fun.
Well,
Do you want to
thank
plug
you.
where you're working these days or not? Because it's different than last time.
Well, I work at Kilbreath Events and
Oh, there you go.
a full service fundraising event planning, sound and AV and auctioneering and fundraising and all that kind of stuff. But I think what you were really referring to was the television, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how the business works, as you know, with your Star 101.5 microphone flag. But King 5 decided no part-time employees, and so then I went to Channel 13 for a couple of months while Claire Anderson was on maternity leave, and now I'm at Cairo 7 doing the weather.
So the whole trifecta, minus Como. You,
Minus Como.
well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. You want to stick it with Cairo for a long time.
Well, I think being what I have dubbed the EGOT of local media, which is
Emmy,
uh,
Grammy, EGOT.
Tony and Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you win all the awards, they call you an EGOT. But I think the EGOT of local media is what's her name? Rebecca Stevenson. She's worked at all of the stations. So
Oh
I wanted
yeah.
to get it all in 1 year. So I'm
Okay.
hoping that Como will hire me before the end of the year so I can join
Claim
her as
that.
the EGOT of local weather. So
I like it. We have for you today on today's big show, we have a person getting kind of fresh with a refrigerator. That's
oh.
a dated term, getting fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get it on. Also, we're going to have a new kind of smoothie that you can try out if you want. I'm not sure that you will. We have new, supposedly, and whenever I say new, I feel like I'm in an age group. If I say new, it's been out for a while already, you know? But a new fashion trend. We'll get answers for our question of the day from Wednesday. If you could have any job in the world, what would that job be? And also, I guess we're going to do Fun Facts Friday because that's what we do on Fridays. We have fun
Okay.
facts, and you can determine if you think that they're fun enough to be fun facts or if they are not.
Is there like a rating system?
If they're it's just medium or not so fun facts, I guess.
Okay.
Let's start with the fact that today is, the national days was always a way in radio. I don't know if it's in TV to these fake national holidays. I'll use the word fake. They're not actually fake, but they're not also a big deal.
Right.
And that was always a cheap way to get some content for your shows by saying, "Hey, did you know that today is a National Poodle Day?"
Mm.
We try not to do too much of that, but when today is National IPA Day, this could probably have gone into Fun Facts Friday, right? Just so you know, if you are a fan of the India Pale Ale, which, as we both discussed earlier, Stephen, we didn't know that that's what IPA stood for.
I did
Uh,
not.
I guess it's your duty as an American to drink some IPA today.
It's funny. I've been in places where people have ordered India Pale Ale because that is, and then I never made that connection until this morning. So that's exciting. But I'm not a beer guy at all. I'm more of a White Claw kind of guy, which tells a lot about me. But you know.
That doesn't tell me anything about you that I didn't already know. A White Claw kind of guy. So enjoy
Yeah.
National IPA Day if you choose to, but it is your civil duty, civil.
Civic duty, maybe,
We'll go with
to go
that.
have an IPA.
Ooh, I'm sexy and I know it. Yeah, I'm sexy and
This
I
is
know
local,
it.
which is the whole reason I put this in here.
Sexy and I
Um,
know it.
this happened actually, I think, on Wednesday, which is when we did the show. So this happened on Wednesday afternoon. Maybe you already heard about this, but just as much as we all love shopping at Trader Joe's, right? Are you a TJ's guy?
I mean, occasionally. I
Okay.
mean, unless you need me to be all in on Trader Joe's, but
I don't need you to be anything.
I mean, I live in Snoqualmie. The closest one is in Issaquah. I don't tend to shop all that much to begin with, so
All right.
not anti it, but
Well, this was the Trader Joe's in Seattle on 16th Avenue. I guess that is Roosevelt around there. Basically, the long and the short of it, we had a man that ended up having a knife in the Trader Joe's and
oh,
threatening to harm people.
mm,
But then he proceeded to go try to get it on with the refrigerator.
get it on with the
Get it
refrigerator.
on.
I
Get
see.
it
All
on.
right. Yeah.
And so he also I guess
Was he protected properly, or
what's that?
was he protected properly,
I don't,
or
I don't know what you wear for a refrigerator.
yeah?
But anyway, the police came and took him away for felony harassment, I guess, is what the charge is. He also kicked over a flower display and he threw some apples. Come on,
Ah,
man, leave the apples out of it, all right? I mean, honestly, you can have your way with the fridge.
right. I think the protection you would need would maybe a helmet. I don't know, but this it's whenever you say Seattle, I'm not ever going to be surprised by what the story is, because
It
that's
did interesting things. So,
interesting things.
but don't stay away from Trader Joe's. It's still a fine establishment, and we're not
Yeah,
being
but I
paid
wonder.
by them. I wish we were.
Yeah,
Who let
yeah.
the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I didn't know that this was a thing.
Who let the dogs out?
Yeah, what
Uh,
was the thing?
Pet insurance claim of the year. This almost sounds like it could be, they give out the Darwin Awards for people that, eliminate
Yeah.
themselves in stupid ways. This is Nationwide Insurance. They released this 2025 Ham Bone Award nominees, which is the strangest way pets have injured themselves in the past year. When you
So you
go ahead.
do you not have insurance for your pets?
Well, they're just puppies, but we are getting insurance for our pets.
Yeah,
They will have
yeah.
it when we get around to it
That's kind of a new thing, isn't it? Or have people been doing it forever?
forever.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
I mean, it depends. I mean, it's the last dog we did not have the pet insurance on, and it seems like it might be a pretty good deal. You started early enough; it's like $25 a month or whatever.
Oh, that's not
Um,
bad.
like regular insurance. If you try to get it when they're 8 years old, then it's $100 a month, I guess. But just enjoy when you have your pet. It doesn't have to be a dog, even though I played that song. If you have a cat or whatever, and they've done some things, you come home and go, "Oh my God, this is the worst." There are some people that may have had it worse than you. Starting with this dog named Wash in Tennessee got sick because he would not stop eating cicadas. You know those
Hmm.
bugs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
wonder how many he ate.
it did not have an actual number, but I'm going to say it was a lot.
Yeah.
Maddie, a bulldog in Virginia, decided to eat a preserved alligator.
An alligator.
I guess they
Hmm.
had an alligator in the house, preserved somehow. Maybe it was a
Hmm.
taxidermist, preserved alligator. So they, due to the toxic chemicals, they took their
Like a
dog in. I'm going to try. This one was not so funny. I'm going to go with the Great Dane that picked a fight with a groundhog and lost. That was
oh wow.
Hazel.
Huh.
We do have a cat in the running this year. The cat is named Salem.
Okay.
Uh, Salem's owner in New York couldn't find one of the AirPods and thought that she ate it.
Oh
The
wow.
AirPod still hasn't turned up. So, you look. What do you like on there? Go ahead and share some of those that you thought were good.
Well, I mean, I have a couple of questions about some of these things. I mean,
Oh, please.
but the there was is it a Havanese in Illinois that ate the bouquet of flowers? I kind of like that, and that you could tie into the Trader Joe's. It was probably the same guy brought the dog into Trader Joe's and then ate all of the flowers there. But the owner found covered in pollen as well. But yeah, I guess you hear stories of people like coming in their houses and there's like the bedding and everything is all torn up and all that kind of stuff. So they do kind of eat a lot. Is that a training issue or is that just a luck of the draw issue or you can train them and they're gonna end up doing something like this just out of their mix or what do you think? What do you
Well,
what
that's
do you
one
think
of the
leads somebody to eating all the cicadas or whatever?
particularly when you have puppies, I mean, you hopefully train them that they won't do that kind of stuff. But when they're young and curious, I came home. Actually, I was upstairs and I went downstairs and they had found a loose thread on one of the throw carpets, whatever. And
Mhm.
so it was no longer a throw rug. It was just a long mangled string.
Yeah,
So
this one dog who ate the turkey leg, I mean, I'm glad the dog's okay. Ate the whole turkey leg.
that was
That's
foxtrot. So
foxtrot,
swallowed
yeah.
the whole thing with bone and all. And yeah, that's not good.
Well,
So
because
if you're
Foxtrot
interested,
wanted in on the Thanksgiving treats. So
exactly. If you're interested, you do get to vote on this, and the voting goes on through Tuesday. You can go on there and pick which one of those. There's a few others that we didn't mention, so check them out and then decide what you think is the best or the worst, I guess.
my
Example of
kids. Oh yeah.
yeah, petinsurance.com/hambone award is how you let them know. I know you love that song, Stephen.
I do love it. Yeah.
Threw that one in for you. This
It's
is a new
awesome.
thing. Again, when I say it's new, well, in this case, it actually is new. Um, Smoothie King, along with Heinz, just debuted a new kind of smoothie that people say is actually pretty good. Smoothie King teased it earlier this week. They said, if tomatoes are a fruit, is ketchup a smoothie? And so that's
Mm.
what they have is the Heinz tomato ketchup smoothie. Now,
Mm.
do you ever make the smoothies? You're a healthy guy.
I mean, I buy smoothies. I don't make them myself, but
Okay.
I don't know if I would like this. I mean, I love ketchup. I mean, I had some last night actually, but
Bragger.
I would also say that I don't like ketchup chips. Canada and BC,
Right.
they're famous for the ketchup chips. I don't like those. I'm not sure this is going to be great, although I think this one does include actual berries that we like, right?
Yeah, as per usual, they say here's a good way to eat your kale. I'm going to put it in a smoothie along with, other yummy fruits, and you can barely taste the kale, which in my case, that's a good way to do it because I don't want to taste the kale. But these ketchup smoothies from Heinz include strawberries, raspberries, apple juice, acai sorbet, and Heinz signature ketchup. So this, according to People Magazine, who tried it, said it's sweet and tangy, impressed at how well the savory ketchup blended with the other ingredients.
And then they deep fry it, and then it's great, right?
I just read this part because I was all excited to try this. It's available for a limited time at a bunch of Smoothie King locations, but only in 6 major markets: Atlanta, Chicago, Denver, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, or New York.
There you
So
go.
I always regret, doing those stories. And it's like, oh yeah, well, you have to be in England to try it out. Um,
It's so funny. You see on social media, like news stations will post something and say, "Hey, this is going on," and then it's like, okay, if you read the article, if you know, stupid people, you would realize that it doesn't even apply to us. It's like
yeah.
people get it, people get excited. So,
Well, that's a perfect example of me. I should have proofread this, and
right,
then I would have
yes,
known.
yeah.
But somehow I'm not that upset about it though.
Well, I think it's worth trying, but because it could end up in Seattle. I don't know if there's any Smoothie Kings in the area, but you never know how
Well,
it's gonna. Maybe your local smoothie shop will add it because of the popularity.
it could end up on the smoothie dark web, right? Where
Ooh.
you can get some. Yeah. Good luck with that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and now the song doesn't start.
Ah, who's that singing?
Some rando.
That's good. I love it.
That's what a good name for a band. We're some rando.
Or
Uh,
there's a place called Some Random Bar in Seattle. That's a good
is
place to go.
we'll try it. I'll check it out. This is new fashion, and again, maybe not so new. Generation Z, born from 97 to 2012, apparently have gotten into the Y2K aesthetic that a lot of millennials and or Gen Xers would cringe at. They're the early 2000s stuff is what they're talking about. All the rage again. So the mini skirts, the chunky sandals, other bright, brand heavy, and borderline tacky items that they probably bought secondhand. Obviously, you still can't. You know what? But people seem to forget, and maybe this was not the 2000s. This was probably the 90s. Do you remember hypercolor shirts?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which was an awesome idea. They changed color with the heat, and you thought, okay, so if I go out on a sunny day, it's this color, and if it's not, it's a different color. Although all I found that it did was it made your pits a different color from the rest of the shirt,
Right, exactly.
which it just sort of pointed out that
That's
you were
funny.
sweaty there. So
That's funny.
apparently there's a 20-year cycle with some of these clothing things where in the fashion industry or the fashion history rather, um, to bringing the Y2K styles back. That would be about 20 years now, give or take.
Yeah.
This is according to an expert, a fashion historian. The 20-year duration is just long enough for a younger generation to be able to find the fashions of the parents' generation, something that they can remember, but only in the abstract, as quaint or interesting and kind of available for reinterpretation. And they adopt it while they're in their 20s, and all of a sudden it becomes hip again. Although I don't know if it was hip at the time.
Yeah.
Some of those
Yeah, well
things.
that's good. I mean, that means that we can go into our closets if we haven't purged, and now we're hip. We're hip men in our 40s. So there
It's
you go.
true. It's true. I was just thinking though that some things uh, I'm gonna use the example of mullets, all right? Because people go, "What were you thinking? The mullet
Yeah.
haircut?" And it's like at the time, it was fine. And so my point is that let's fast forward another 20 years from now, and they'll look back at what they were wearing in the year 2025, and like, what were we thinking?
Yeah.
But in the now or whatever at the time, it seems fine.
Yeah. What would you say is in fashion now, Kurt? Do you know?
Not mullets.
Not mullets. Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I don't know. And I guess maybe that's the point that you're making is that in the 90s, did we realize that this was the style of the 90s and the colors, or did we just think people were wearing colorful things and that's the way it was? I don't know.
Exactly. It's people still can't justify fanny packs, but they still wear them. What do they call them now? A satchel or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I
I don't
I,
know.
I still call them fanny packs, but
That's what they are. All right, so look for that. Yeah, like you said, let's go clean out our closets and maybe make a little money if we take them to the.
but the people with the fanny packs, they wear them up front now. They don't wear them behind. So
That
they're
changes
not
the
near the
name.
fanny. They're on their the front side, whatever
You
that
can't.
would be.
Can they get away with crotch pack? That doesn't sound good.
Crotch pack. Yeah.
That
Well,
sounds like
I don't know.
some sort of disease you don't want to get. Our question from Wednesday, and people always come out in droves to answer these things. This was a fun one. If you could have any job in the world, what would it be? And I was asked that, when things went belly up at this radio station. Here's the mic flag for Star 101.5.
Oh, yeah.
Um, if you could have any job in the world, what would it be? And it's like I had the job that I wanted.
Yeah.
That was my favorite job. However, it's there are other great jobs that like. Would you say that you're doing your TV stuff? You're doing your favorite job?
Well, I wouldn't. I would say I, to be honest, I have been hashtag blessed in all of the career. I've done a lot of things. I've loved the radio. I mean, as you would say too, if there was an opportunity to be on a morning show and actually make a living and be able to do what you want to do, we'd do it in a second. I mean,
Yeah.
that was a fun job. I was the PA announcer for the Seattle Storm. If you could make
Uh,
money doing that for a living, that was awesome. For the 6 years I did it, I think it was great. Humble brag, I have a championship ring that is cool. So
oh,
I think that I have definitely had that the life of what I wanted. I see somebody here said when I was younger I wanted to marry Hart's job. I mean, I wanted to be, and this will age us obviously. You let me saying we are in our 40s slide. I love that. But I wanted to be a cross between Dick Clark and Casey Kasem as a kid from the get-go. That's what I wanted, which when I try to explain to people younger than us today, I say Ryan Seacrest, who I think, by the way, is very lucky and not as talented as a lot of other people who are in the business, but he's very lucky. Congratulations to him. Way to
yeah.
go. And for another time, I have a Ryan Seacrest story about when he and I were in the bathroom together. But that's
What?
another time. So, but but yeah, I mean, I've done what I've wanted to do, and you just have to reinvent yourself and do things in this business. And so, I think people saying to not have a job, I mean, that's obviously what it would be, is to be financially stable. But having all the money in the world, that won't make you happy either. So,
That's true. And I appreciate a lot of what happened. I also feel extremely fortunate that was why I didn't get too upset. It's like I got to do what I loved for 40 some odd years.
wow.
Uh, that blows our cover, doesn't it? Okay,
Yeah.
25. And you
10.
can't help but feel super fortunate because yes, there's a certain amount of ability and or talent involved, but it's also timing, right place at the right time. It's I have a friend that became the highest paid morning jock in Chicago, and also solid DJ. Did the basics, but just right time, right place, and it just happened. And also, it's also depends on the environment, the landscape of radio in that market. I mean, if there are 4 or 5 country stations, it's going to be hard for you to be dominant in a country format. If there's one country station, you can be, way out in front. So enough
Yeah.
about that. That's just reminiscing, isn't it? If you could have any
Well,
job in
but
the
I think
world.
that I mean, well, never mind. You're changing the topic,
No,
so
that's
that's okay.
fine. I just wanted to go ahead.
I just wanted to say, just so people understand, I am not putting down Ryan Seacrest.
Right.
I mean, I think that you and I, well, I know for a fact, not probably, there's people more talented than us also that didn't have success in doing things. I had success, was lucky with it, right place, right time for sure. But I'm just saying that's anything in this type of business, whether it's music, whether it's TV, whether it's radio, whether it's whatever it is, there's always people who are very good that don't have the success because they weren't in the right place at the right time, or
Right.
it just didn't happen for them.
And
I
people
just
that
I
are
didn't want you to think I was putting down Ryan
nah,
Seacrest, which I
people that
was
are
kind
just
of, but
people that are just okay or maybe a little above average that end up getting the breaks, but you also make those breaks sometimes. So
you
let's
do. You
go.
have to be creative. Yeah.
Let's go with if you could have any job in the world. Jennifer just says she wants to be a volunteer. Susie, this is Susie the groomer. I have the job. Any job in the world. I'm a mobile pet groomer, and she says I still can't believe people pay me doing what I love, which I think we
Yeah,
always
that's
felt about
great.
radio too. You want
Yeah.
to go with a couple here? Sonia is a retiree. Oh, I'll do this
Yeah,
next one
that's
too
a good
because
one.
it's a friend of mine, David, college friend. I was in a band, my first band with Dave, answering random questions. I guess like this one. And he says, I'll accept all the major credit cards, Curt. All right. Who else do we have? Gerald.
Well, Gerald says TV reporter. I love telling stories, interviewing people, asking tough questions, seeing my work on TV, but I am not a fan of the constant moving to a new market or the contracts. Well, I was going to say
Mhm.
that's or the hours or working on the holidays and all of that kind of stuff. I think that's definitely the heyday of that kind of business is gone, but certainly if you love telling stories, there's ways you can do it. I mean, you're on a podcast or
Yeah,
whatever. All of these things, you're able to do that. So just use your creative outlet, whether it's making you money or not. I think people should like the person who said volunteer. I think you should be doing things like that are feel fulfilling you spiritually and emotionally and things like that. So
perfect. Well put. Jackie, if money were no object, I'd open a sports academy for kids.
that's
Carrie
cool.
is a stay-at-home mom. She says, I've only got 5 more years of school-age kids, so if I could do what I wanted, I'd probably do nursing. And then Randy, I want to get paid to travel to the most amazing destinations and eat in the fanciest restaurants.
Hmm.
It's a good one.
Nice. Yeah, that is good. I like it. Yeah, that's like who are those? There's like bloggers and so I mean, like on
Mhm.
Instagram, you see people going to restaurants and traveling and doing stuff like that. I don't know if they make any money, but certainly fun things to do.
Sierra says stay-at-home mom. Kayla says she doesn't want to have a job. That's her dream job. Jen wanted Mary Hart's job. What was Entertainment Tonight? Was that the show?
Yeah, Entertainment Tonight, Mary Hart and John Tesh back in the day,
That's
and
right. I heard that
that was good.
she was one of the ones, I think she had her legs insured for like $1 million
That's true. Yeah.
because she had Jenny always wanted to be a judge, but never a lawyer. Just skip right to judge without the lawyer part. You got a couple there you want to share, bud?
Well, I mean, I think Jenny could be a judge now. Just be one of those people that comment on Facebook posts. That's it seems like everybody is judgmental at the time. Yes, I would say, what was the next one? Janelle says, my dream when in high school was a special events coordinator, but ended up in another direction. So,
I think
uh,
Janelle is. I think she owns a. I'm going to blow it and get in trouble here. Does she own a yoga studio? I think that might be it.
well, that's
So
kind of fun too. So,
yeah.
you know,
This person, Human, said wants Jen Pirak's job. All
nice.
right. Chase, who used to work at
Just
the radio
to be
station,
close to you. Do you think that's why, or what do you?
possibly,
Yeah.
possibly. Chase said chief engineer, and then he put, wait a minute, because I think he was a chief engineer. Laurel, when I was 39 and married with 2 children, I wanted to be a model, and I even did photo shoots and realized walking down runways was not my thing.
Hmm.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, yeah, we had a runway in an event one night, Kurt, and the runway is tough because sometimes you almost fall off of them, or you can try to box jump them and not make it onto the stage. So those are a couple of things as well, like you did.
I believe I did that. I've also, just so you
Yes.
know, if you ever get the opportunity to do a bit in between periods at a hockey game, it's very easy to fall on the ice.
Oh, I would imagine so.
That's,
Yes.
if
Yeah.
they don't put those nice carpets out for you. Eric wanted to be Superman is his job. Heather said, I want to be a nature photographer as I had my dream job, or a florist or a baker. Sandra, Mother Goose, who reads the kids at schools
Oh,
and libraries. That's nice. Unfortunately, that probably doesn't pay a lot, but great. Paul, a
yeah.
retired multimillionaire. Christy wants to be a jazz singer. Yeah, that I would love to be a I mean, I'm not a musician, but a rock star. Those days have gone. But
Well, the problem with being a rock star is I'd want the concert to start like at 3:30 in the afternoon and then have a nice, 7 o'clock dinner afterward, and then that would be good. So
that's all right. Everybody go home now.
yeah,
Peggy, I want to be an unknown billionaire. Unknown is important, I guess. Jimmy says play third base for the Yankees. I don't even know who plays third base for the Yankees. Do you?
I
That's
do
that
not.
person's job. Bob, I am retired. That works just fine for me. So he has his dream job, I guess. Michael wants to be a paperclip designer.
Hmm. Yeah.
Is there a need for an improvement on the paperclip?
Maybe you never know. I mean, that's just one of those things. I mean, if you come up with a new way to clip, I mean, that's gonna be something.
Maybe he just wants to make designer paper clips that are
Oh, yeah.
fancy. I don't know. Finally, Annette, who's listening in Detroit, my old friend Annette. I'd be a tour manager for some famous singer. Doesn't matter who, but I have mad organization skills and could pull it off. I'd have to be about 20 years younger, but I'd love every second. Yeah, there's been a lot of those quotes from us today, haven't there? If I was younger. So nice
Yeah.
job, everybody. We have a brand new. Oh, you know what? I don't know if we have a question at the end. We might have to make up a question on the fly, buddy.
Yeah.
But not right now, but by the end of the show.
No.
So be thinking about that. All right.
Vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation, high.
All right. I want to go through this quickly because we're a little short on time. I was surprised by this. The most and least stressful vacation destinations in the world. I thought a vacation, a stress-free vacation would involve the beach and sunshine and stuff like that. And a stressful vacation, well, here you go. Based on a combination of safety, tourist density, and comfort, the three most stressful destinations to visit in 2025: Paris, France. They're saying the City of Lights has 47.5 million tourists annually, which are crammed into just 105 square kilometers. Paris ranked number one for tourist density with 450,000 visitors per square kilometer, more than 10 times the density of New York City. So if you're looking to get away from people, Paris is not
Paris
the
is
place to do it.
not the place. Yeah.
Coming in second, Hanoi, Vietnam, and third on that is Shanghai, China, which I don't know how much visitors they get in those two areas. I mean, I would go to Vietnam. I think but it's hot, very hot. So those are the
Yeah.
stressful places to go. If you want to look at the top three destinations for a stress-free holiday. Oh, by the way, the only places in the United States that were on that list, the most stressful was the LA and New York, and they were somewhere around number 13 or 14.
So basically, they're just saying where there's a lot of people, it's stressful.
Yes. The least stressful, you can go to Dubai.
Hmm.
Reigns as the most relaxing destination. Second lowest crime rate. and it has a relatively low humidity. There you go. Also, Munich, Germany for relaxation, balanced blend of safety and a low crime index, and Melbourne. I'm sorry, they say Melbourne. Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah.
That would be relaxing, I would think. I could see how Melbourne. Gosh, I keep doing it.
Haven't you been there? Didn't you go there?
No, that was not on our. Were we in Melbourne? Yeah, for a short time, and it was very relaxing. Yes.
So relaxing, you forgot about it.
Well, we hit a lot of places in Australia, and
You were gone for a long time.
yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we did go to Melbourne and a few other locations, and it was cool. I recommend it highly. So, all right, here we go. Fun Facts Friday. Again, I don't want to be a misnomer that hopefully these are fun facts. This stuff that you can or cannot, may or may not want to use, but sometimes it'll come up in a conversation. Maybe say, hey, I know the answer to that. Why don't you start off with that one, Stephen?
Which one? The first one?
Yeah, we'll go in order.
Tennessee has the highest tax on beer of any state at $1.29 per gallon. I didn't know they sold beer by gallon,
Yeah.
but highest tax on beer of any state at $1.29 per gallon, which our state is saying, how could that be? We need to fix that.
Yeah.
And then Wyoming has the lowest at 2 cents per gallon.
The Isley Brothers are the only group or artists who have had top 50 Billboard hits in the, ready for this, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, all 6 decades. And we looked up, they had, as you pointed out, like later on, like in the 90s and 2000s, I think that their songs were sampled in another song that hit the top 50, and they gave the Isley Brothers credit for that.
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, which the artist should do that, but I mean, there's an asterisk by this, I think. But I know that Elton John is 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s with, I believe, #1 songs. I think that's something that he has had,
Right.
And that was the recent with the Dua Lipa thing
Dua
and
Lipa
all of
stuff,
that.
yeah.
So, but. That's still, I'm not diminishing the Isley Brothers.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying that, that Between the Sheets has been covered by every R&B and hip hop artist ever. So, but
That's
yeah.
a great song.
Yeah.
Ireland is the only country that has a smaller population now than it did in 1840.
That was an interesting fun fact. I'll give that an A+ on the fun fact. I mean, why do you think that is?
People left?
That's exactly right. That's the #1 reason. The #1 reason.
All right, you got this
People
next
left.
one.
And I have this next one because I love this, because I recently rewatched both of these shows from beginning to end, and I love it. I must have a Kelsey Grammer fetish, but he's been nominated for an Emmy for playing Frasier Crane in 3 different TV shows. Cheers, of course, where the character started, Frasier, which was the spinoff, and then in Wings, where he made a 1-episode cameo. So that's interesting. But those Cheers, I watched it again from the beginning. A lot of those shows from the 80s, even the 90s, like I don't think Friends stands the test of time, but Cheers was awesome from beginning to end. And Frasier, you just got to look past some of the stuff that may be inappropriate in today's times, but
Yeah.
The shows were written very well and very funny for
And
sure.
Wings, I love that show. That
Wings was pretty good too.
that's going back a ways. How about a pair of identical twins marrying another pair of identical twins is called a quaternary marriage.
Quaternary marriage.
Quaternary? How often does that happen where identical twins marry? Okay, anyway.
What happens, you see stories like that pop up, and I think they're just doing it to get on the news, to be honest.
So, there's another part here where it says genetically their kids would be technically be considered first cousins, but their DNA would be that of their siblings.
Oh,
It's just sounding gross now, isn't it? All right. Red Solo cups are a popular souvenir for European tourists to take home after they visit the U.S. Did they not have Red Solo cups over there?
I don't know, but I know that they're very popular here for sure.
Okay. One more fun fact for you, sir.
Okay. The average fast food burger contains meat from how many different cows? It's 55 different cows, if you can believe that.
Wow. I cannot believe that. But it's true.
But because they just put it in the mix, right? And they just,
I guess so. Okay. I didn't need to know that, but that's all right. It's not your fault. All right, heading into the weekend, let's get on to some things that are going on that you can do this weekend. Things happening in the Seattle area. Actually, the movies that are opening, these are opening nationwide. Any interest in seeing Freakier Friday, Stephen?
Nope.
That's Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan again. My Mother's Wedding with Scarlett Johansson and Sienna Miller. And then Stan's. You remember the Eminem song Stan?
Yes.
This
Oh,
is
is
a
that what this is
documentary
about?
about the relationship between Eminem and some of the super fans or stans whose lives have been shaped by his music.
Oh, that's interesting.
And
Do you
speaking
have
of music, this is
yeah? When was the last time you were at a theater?
oh geez. You know what it was? It was I think it might have been for the Top Gun Maverick. That might be it.
Really, not long ago.
Right. And finally, this just from a personal note, It's Never Over from Jeff Buckley. It's a documentary on Jeff Buckley, the musician. And I will be going to see that because I am a huge fan of Jeff's work.
Cool.
So, Mariners are in town, a 3-game homestand against Tampa Bay. That's tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. And because, as you mentioned, Ichiro has been in the news, mostly because they're going to retire his number well, let me see. Tonight, if you go to the game tonight, the first 20,000 fans will score a 2004 replica jersey
Yeah.
of Ichiro from when he set the single season hit record of 262 hits. And then tomorrow night, that is the actual Ichiro number retirement ceremony. They will honor Ichiro and retire his number 51 during a special pregame celebration starting at 6.
Yeah. Big weekend for sure for that.
All right. Also happening around the PNW, Lady Gaga's last of 3 shows at Climate Pledge is tomorrow night. No, yeah, tomorrow night, the 9th. If you don't have tickets, they are still available in the secondary market, so they're marked up a
Yeah.
bit.
Tickets are always available to anything you want to go to. So,
And talk about this, what's going on today through Sunday there, out by where you live.
well, it is the PGA Boeing Classic for the golfers 50 plus. They play for $2 million at the club at Snoqualmie Ridge. There is a jet flyover, which every year people are scared because there's this jet flying so low over Snoqualmie, but it happens every year and it happens twice. It happens on Friday morning, and then it'll happen on Sunday afternoon, right at the close of the Boeing Classic. But big golf tournament out there, and there was a little controversy because the residents didn't get free tickets this year, but
You'd be one of
so
those residents.
I'm a resident. I'm also a member of the club, so I do get tickets. So I will be going on Sunday, but we're not golf members. We just pay for the privilege to eat at a restaurant, which is ridiculous. But yeah. So my kids love it. We love going to it. It's a lot of fun.
All right. And what about you? Have any plans for the weekend? You're going to go to that, right? You just said.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back Sunday for that. The rest of the weekend, I will be in the islands here. Doing some stuff, just relaxing, listening to back episodes of Curt and Jen podcast, and that's what I'm going to be doing.
And Guimas Island is not one of the more well-known islands up there because I hadn't heard of it until I went to stay, visit you at your place up there. But it's a very nice little island.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ferry to it. It's a separate ferry from the state ferries, but it's and technically speaking, it's in Skagit County, so it's not technically a San Juan island, but I think everybody just groups them all together. So
Okay. And because I wasn't paying attention, I didn't have a question the day ready. Because Jen usually gets that. See, I'm going to pass it off onto her. But here's one I've been wanting to do for a while and see if people will participate in this. Misheard song lyrics. Will you share with us the song lyrics that you sing incorrectly and often still do sing incorrectly even after you hear the actual lyrics and know what they are?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know, what's funny is I know there's a lot of them, but I can only hear them when I hear the song. It's not like something I could come up with right now.
And that's why I thought it might be a tough question. So hopefully you can think of some, but yeah, we'd like to hear your misheard or you say lyrics incorrectly, and you know what they are. You know who you are.
Yeah.
You know. All
right.
right.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I just can't think of it now. But there's many of them.
Awesome. Well, thanks for filling in, bud. We're getting a little short on time. I think we have less than a minute left to go, so we need to jump. But appreciate it. As always, it's fun. And also, if you're considering doing a fundraising event, look into Kill Breath Events.